Go. Hey, welcome back to the Nets, your one-stop channel for unbiased views and analysis of games, teams, players, and transfer news. Now, when I do say transfer news, that particularly stands for the preseason with IPL and football. The intent of having this channel was to talk about Arsenal and to talk about cricket in general, specifically targeting Mumbai Indians and IPL. So, with me today would be Arsh. Arsh has been a massive Mumbai Indians fan for the past 12 years. He has been a ticket holder. I would let Arsh speak a few lines about himself.
Hey guys, my name is Arsh. I've been a massive cricket fan since the very beginning. I've been a Mumbai Indians fan since the last 12 years, since the inception. And the reason why I'm a Mumbai Indians fan was basically because of Sachin Tendulkar and being from Bombay. So these are the two major attractions that led me to be with Mumbai Indians ever since, and it's been a phenomenal ride for me.
Thank you. So, judging by the shirts, you do realize I do wear the first edition Mumbai Indians jersey, and Arsh likes being more on track. Arsh is based out of Mumbai, so he has ardently followed them for 12 years. He has been a ticket holder, has been going to games on a regular basis. With me, I am out of India for some time, and I have been keeping track of Mumbai Indians for all the games that they have been following with. We have been following them closely. We have ardently been keeping track with all the transfers that do come up. And you may also see us talking about the Indian cricket team. We will eventually start having more additions to the team. We may have guests coming over. Arsh will be having his set of invites that might come in and help us with the analysis of the game. Go. So, Arsh, considering Mumbai Indians have always historically played on flat grounds in Mumbai, where if the ball does assist, it does assist spinners. I mean, it does assist seamers a little bit. How do you think IPL 2020 may affect Mumbai's chances?
Massively. What I would say is it will affect massively because of the team selection that we have gone ahead with. Not just no one had taken this under consideration about the entire pandemic thing going around. So Mumbai Indians built a team around them so that it could assist them with their home games. So that was the major that I think would be a major drawback for us going into the T20 going into the season. But saying that, no one was ready for this, right? So a teams with having spin attack on the heavier side would have a little advantage towards things, but I think more or less it will be an equal game for everyone. So that's what I feel. What do you think about the situation right now?
The way I look at it is, yes, you are correct that we did build the team based on Fortress Mumbai, as we call it. Our team was predominantly based on, I mean, the most expensive buy for this time, Pat Cummins, was also based with the intent that we will be playing most of our games in Mumbai. But now that we are moving to a completely different ground, spin assisting the tracks that will be assisting spin, I've I was trying to keep tabs of three cricket stadiums that they have out there, three cricket stadiums with eight cricketing pitches. So all the 58 games that we have will be played on these eight pitches. I feel that to begin with, we will eventually have fast bowlers, considering we also have fast bowlers from Australia. I feel that there will be breaks which might be forced upon them, which might be a massive factor as well. So Pat Cummins may not actually play all the games, or Mitch McLagan won't play all the games. Pollard, on the other hand, might get an extended run, but I feel that rotation will be the key.
Pollard, which is with his recent form in the CPL, is going to be there in the starting 11 for the first 4 to 5 games minimum till the time he actually gets injured. requires rest. So my take on Pollard is he needs to be the team, not just because he's been there since the beginning, but also like we watched in the series, in the Netflix series, on the documentary which they made. He takes in charge whenever he thinks that the Mumbai Indians need a pump or a boost. So there have been times where Rohit Sharma takes a backstage and Pollard leads the team. So with Pollard being into the picture, he is not just a player; he is also a captain in his own way. So that's what I think. What do you think? Who will start their 11 to start off with in the first phase?
I feel the starting 11, and this is me judging from the temperatures that will be in Dubai and that will be in Sharjah. I feel that even someone like Rohit, the way Mumbai Indians will be based, I don't see Quinton de Kock lasting 20 overs will make that much of an impact. Quinton de Kock's role will have to change. He will have to be aggressive. I would rather take a quick fire 45 from Quinton de Kock in with a 20-25 balls with a strike rate of like above 150, and Rohit taking his time to settle it so he can accelerate in the end. Historically, with Mumbai, Quinton de Kock was the guy who was holding fort. He would last till the 12th over, 13th over, and Pollard and Hardik could come in and accelerate in the end. With this format, I feel Rohit will have to be a part of majority of the big games, and he has to be there till the end, which means that even he will have to be rotated. So, like you said, the backup captain might be Pollard, but with me, for me, the starting 11 that will be consistent over the entire set of games would be Bumrah, Rohit, Krunal, Rahul Chahar, Ishan Kishan, Surya Kumar Yadav, or Saurabh Tiwari. So those are the 6 or 7 consistent pool of players that Mumbai will definitely choose from.
Okay.
The foreign players that I look at, like I said, Quinton de Kock, Pollard, Mitch, who has been immense. Malinga not being here will be a
He'll
massive dent.
be missed for sure.
But I think that what foreign players, the ones that will be rotated, would be Lynn, Nathan Coulter-Neill, and Cummins. They will be actively rotated. Pollard, with his off breaks and change of pace, might actually be a weapon on these conditions that other teams might not realize yet. But as the season progresses, I feel Pollard's bowling might be a lot more, a bigger factor for Mumbai.
So where I see this from, Pollard, Hardik Pandya, and Krunal Pandya will be our 5th, 16th, 7th bowlers. So we need to have a base of 4 bowlers, and these will just base of 4 bowlers, and these 3 will split 4 overs amongst them, because you don't. So where I see it from, my 11 would be Rohit to open, Quinton de Kock to open, Cock to open, Surya Kumar at 2. So he opens with Cock. Rohit at 3. Ishan Kishan at 4. Pollard, Pollard, Krunal Pandya, Hardik Pandya switch places between them. So that's 4, 5, 6. 7 would be a Bumrah, Deepak Chahar. 7 would be a Bumrah, Deepak Chahar. McLagan would definitely start the 11, and then it would be on the spinning option that we have. We have a left arm spinner. I'm not quite sure with his name, but he's a recent buy. So I'm putting my money on him that he would start off with the 11. So yeah.
Do you see James Pattinson getting a go in this season? James Pattinson, he is can throw around his bat a little bit, adds that left-handed batsman a chance of having a left-handed lower order batsman, but with his pace and overall his average being on the higher 7 side, runs per over being on the higher 7 side, Do you think he adds any value in with us in Dubai?
He is definitely an add-on, but I don't really think that he will start off with an 11. So he would be on the rotation base in the later half of the series. But coming to the initial bit, I'm not quite sure of him and even Chris Lynn making it to the 11. So Chris Lynn would be, if Ishan Kishan manages to keep wickets, Chris Lynn would be a better option than a Quinton de Kock because of his average and his strike rate. So in those 14 games, this can be a swap that they can have, and that can be a brilliant move by the Mumbai Indians, according to me. So if Ishan Kishan keeps wickets, Chris Lynn in to open with a Surya Kumar Yadav or a Rohit Sharma, and then these guys too, because Surya Kumar Yadav has proved his mettle during the previous season with the Mumbai Indians, and even with KKR, he was a phenomenal support and a run machine with them.
One of the things that I feel that, and this is just historically from Mumbai's record, historically, Mumbai has always been good when it comes to, they will be excellent in the first season, and then the season that follows, their performance dips in the opening games. It's like they have a hard time finding their settled 11 to begin with, though it seems a little bit different this time, and thanks to the staff that we have. uh, Malinga, Shane Bond. Malinga may not be on the bench this time around, but he has always been a mentor. Jayavardhana, Shane Bond, and the presence of Sachin.
When he is coming over, they'll have big screens of Malinga just in the dressing room, just for him to be around.
But
Because he such a
youngsters, I feel
such a
that if
key.
Mumbai Indians do give chance to youngsters, I feel that Anukul Roy, who is the left-handed, uh, slow left-hand bowler, uh, plus he's also known to throw his bat around. I feel that he might get a go as the season progresses, considering the tracks will get slower and slower. Average scores, I feel, to begin with, they might be in higher 170s. I do not really see a team coming in and blowing the opposition away with a 200 plus score. But as the season progresses, I think 140 to 150 can be defended.
Correct.
Now, does Mumbai Indians have the bowling lineup in them to defend 150? Is for us to see.
And Bolt, we are forgetting one of our biggest guys this season.
Oh,
So yeah, so
absolutely, yes. Trent Bolt with his left
we have
arm will definitely add.
the
He will be a threat. So we do have a variety in fast bowling. What we do lack, however, is the depth in spinning. Rahul Chahar has been
but
massive last year.
Ankit Roy and Krunal Pandya bring the same thing on the table. Both of them throw their bat away and can throw their bat away, and they get in the same left arm spin option. So yeah, that's quite a fight for the 11 to. It's going to be an interesting season with
It will be an
with
interesting
ha-
season. I will be sad if we don't end up at least in the last four, but I won't be surprised if we don't. That is my take based on the team that we have. Unless the batting puts up a score that the bowlers can defend, which I think, considering the boost that Pollard and Hardik can offer in the middle of the pitch plus Chris Lynn, I think that the strategy that Mumbai might have is to actually put up a score that our bowlers can defend rather than the bowlers being able to defend. So I might see Rohit winning the toss and wanting to bat more often than wanting to chase.
who do you think would be the top four? Who do you think that will be in the top four of the table this year?
I feel I feel Punjab is definitely one of those. Punjab made some amazing buys this year. They have the biggest brain. I think Anil Kumble will be in the dressing room with them.
Interesting to see
Rahul
KL
has
Rahul.
a point to prove. So Rahul
Interesting to
and
see.
Anil Kumble will definitely, both of them from Karnataka. So I can see them, having being on the same page. uh, with Mayank Agarwal as well being a part of that. Mayank Agarwal has been out of the game for a while, but he has a point to prove considering he has replaced Rahul as a test opener in for the internationals. So he will have a point to prove. And the best thing that I find with Punjab is a mix of medium pacers, and they have some really good local talent with spinners.
Sure.
So Bishnoi, I think, is with Punjab, and he was immense in the Under 19 World Cup. So I feel that he will be a player to watch out for. KKR, I do not really rate them as much. They have the threat of Sunil Narayan, but if you think about
That's just West Indies power. That's
that is
Sunil and
Sunil
other.
Narayan is so, but I do give KKR the chance of being in the top four. If you ask me, my take would be KKR, Punjab. There is the possibility of Delhi, but again, Delhi and Hyderabad could go either way. And then there is MS Dhoni. MSD has to be there. IPL is
So
incomplete without MSD.
you are saying that Mumbai is not a probable four.
I would like to be realist and say Mumbai may not make the top four this time. I would love it if Mumbai wins it, but being a realist, I feel that. And again,
That
call
bias
it
out of for sure. My top four will have a Mumbai Indians in it for sure.
my my um, my take, my honest take is the team that I would really want to win this year will be Chennai. And this comes from Mumbai. I know with the rivalry, but MS Dhoni needs that send off. So he needs to get that. He
Not going
deserves that
anywhere.
send off.
Not leaving the IPL for like quite some time now. He'll make money. He'll make enough money for him to.
I would love it if we beat Chennai on both occasions that we meet them.
But
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 deep down, if
in
I
the
know that if it's not Mumbai that's lifting the trophy, I would want Chennai to do it.
fair. That would be the same thing for me. But my top four would be Mumbai Indians, Chennai Super Kings. I'm not quite sure. I want RCB to come in the top four and then see how it goes. They have a brilliant team. I want Kohli to lift that trophy once
Fair enough. I can see.
because being that's that's one of the toughest teams with all the interviews that these guys have had. These guys prepare the most for RCBs because they don't because RCB can go RCB games are really very close and RCB tends to lose a lot of them, but good game. So let's hope for the best with AB and Kohli. I want them to lift it once. I want that thing to be with AB and Kohli once. So and the third and the fourth team would be the Kings 11.
Kings
So
11
yeah,
Punjab.
it would be my top four
The
picks.
biggest thing I feel missing with RCB is they don't have a MS Dhoni in the in as a finisher. They come close. You're right. They do have games which, but with Kohli and his record with RCB, it has been evident that all 50-50 games that must have gone towards RCB go away from them. So that leaves them out of the top 10, and that just makes us realize what India will miss when now that MS Dhoni is out.
The last time when these guys met, uh, Chennai Super Kings needed around 30 or some 30 odd or 40 odd in the last 2 overs, and Mahi converted it. So those are
That's
the close
that's
games.
the hallmark of Mahi. He is we
Yeah,
India. We will be lucky if we find somebody even half as good as Mahendra Singh Dhoni in the starting 11 for India.
not happening anytime soon. Not even
It's not
point 0.5
happening anytime.
what Mahi is.
All right. Well, that should do it
Good
for the
session.
IPL. A quick talk of the other ongoing series that is happening right now. Australia visiting England. So Australia looked all out of sorts in T20s.
What's your take on
They
the first?
uh, getting there. So with T20s, I thought that Australia could have easily won the series. They were trying really hard to lose it, and eventually Mitchell Marsh was, he was there to take them to the finish line. With with the one day series, the first game was Smith had to sit out, but I think something is going on with Smith mentally. He has been playing shots that he don't really normally see him play, and he's
This
sitting out of the second game as well. He was hit on the head.
with this T20 innings, though I lost, I was like, he's one of the major parts of Rajasthan Royals to come in with. If he manages to play such shots in the IPL, Rajasthan Royals is gone for a toss.
Right, and he something must be going on in his head. Maybe the break has made him rusty, but I feel that Smith will definitely take up a notch eventually as the season progresses. He's sitting out today. He got hit on the head in one of the practice games, and I think as per the protocol, he has to sit out now for some time. But his the guys who have stepped in. Labuschagne has again taken his chances in both Test match as well as T20. I mean, one days now. Even in the first game, he performed pretty well.
Replace Smith, but he'll make Labuschagne will make his own place in the team. That's
He will
for
make
sure.
his own place. Considering Mitchell Marsh has been so up and down historically, he has given out this amazing performances, and then Australia starts believing in him, and suddenly he just drops out of his wagon again. So I feel it's about time Mitchell Marsh starts, you know, pulling his weight
Performing
in the team. Adam Zampa has stepped up massively with his spin, has been an improvement. Ashton Agar looks more for the T20 version, 50 overs. I don't see him being a threat with 60 deliveries to bowl. He's not that good of an all rounder. But England's team, the world champions who did not really win the World Cup final, they had to tie to win the World Cup. But then again, the rules were what they were. They have a big, massive pool to pick from. So I think that this series, though, however, the longer format might suit Australia a lot more than it suits England. I am going with the 2-1 Australia.
fair enough.
What do you
So
think?
first I didn't. I'll be honest to you. I didn't follow the T20 games that well. But the first ODI, the ball that took the game away for me was the Jofra Archer ball. The ball, dead bowler was one of the best balls I've ever seen. And
And
of course, the Cummins catch.
Hazelwood,
Who was
Hazelwood,
the season catch? Oh
Josh
my God,
Hazelwood.
that was those were the two deliveries that were like, oh, bang on.
And Maxwell has been such a big, massive hit and miss for them in the internationals. Maxwell got to spend some time on the field. He was there. He spent a couple of balls there on the field, and then eventually he realized, okay, it's time for him to go. I feel that if Maxwell, who I think he got out in the 42.5th over, had he stayed there, the scoreline would have been like 350 plus or so. He can add so much more in the end. But again,
Sometimes
it seems like a close game with a 19-run defeat for England. But I think the game was lost a long, long, long ago. They managed to add some score in the end. Sam Billings was able to throw his bat around, but I think the game was pretty much a done deal after the 34th, 35th over. It was with Australia making dents at a time where England's strike rate was close to 4. I think the game was lost right there. But let's see. Currently, they are playing. England is playing, and if I am watching them right now, they are scoring at a 4.28 strike rate with 3 wickets down, 23.5 overs, 98 for 3. So
what for today?
that should be it for the day. Let's just wrap it up. We will meet again 6 days from now when we do start with the first game, Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings. I guess that's the first game.
I'm guessing we are playing the RCB first.
Oh, RCB. You're right. That is correct. We play RCB this time around. So Rohit and Kohli, First game up. Hopefully we beat RCB, but let's talk for a pre-match and a post-match.
So the question is by how much is the thing that
All
we
right.
will.
Well, thank you. And to all the viewers, if you do like our channel, please do hit the like button. Please do hit the subscribe button. And if you don't like this channel, please do let us know. We will try to improvise the content. We will try to go. Hey, welcome back to the Nets, your one-stop channel for unbiased views and analysis of games, teams, players, and transfer news. Now, when I do say transfer news, that particularly stands for the preseason with IPL and football. The intent of having this channel was to talk about Arsenal and to talk about cricket in general, specifically targeting Mumbai Indians and IPL. So with me today would be Arsh. Arsh has been a massive Mumbai Indians fan for the past 12 years. He has been a ticket holder. I would let Arsh speak a few lines about himself.
Hey guys, my name is Arsh. I've been a massive cricket fan since the very beginning. I've been a Mumbai Indians fan since the last 12 years, since the inception. And the reason why I'm a Mumbai Indians fan was basically because of Sachin Tendulkar and being from Bombay. So these are the two major attractions that led me to be with Mumbai Indians ever since, and it's been a phenomenal ride for me.
Thank you. So, judging by the shirts, you do realize I do wear the first edition Mumbai Indians jersey, and Arsh likes being more on track. Arsh is based out of Mumbai, so he has ardently followed them for 12 years. He has been a ticket holder, has been going to games on a regular basis. With me, I am out of India for some time, and I have been keeping track of Mumbai Indians for all the games that they have been following with. We have been following them closely. We have ardently been keeping track with all the transfers that do come up. And you may also see us talking about the Indian cricket team. We will eventually start having more additions to the team. We may have guests coming over. Arsh will be having his set of invites that might come in and help us with the analysis of the game.